with our final NFL video of 2026.
Well, for a
Now,
while at least. We'll do NFL stuff or
yeah,
draft
we
stuff.
will, we
Draft,
will.
draft,
But
draft.
our final
For the season,
analysis,
yeah, you're right.
analysis of this season at least. But so it's been a fun ride. Obviously, we've predicted all of these games up until now. We predicted this game too, gave a full 30-minute analysis, and yeah, so it's kind of surreal, man. I'm not gonna lie. First season in the
It's a
books,
weird feeling,
officially
yeah.
doing this,
Yeah.
and so what do you want to start talking about?
Just initial thoughts, probably. What are your initial thoughts on the
You
Super
know,
Bowl?
my initial thoughts were, I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely underwhelmed with this game. It was obviously 9-0 going in the halftime, which is not what you want a Super Bowl to be. You want a Super Bowl to be very high scoring, and it just continued to not get much better in the second half. Granted, there was a couple touchdowns. Mac Hollins made a good touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, AJ Barner made a good touchdown, but for the most part, it was all Seattle. Seattle easily ran away with the game. And I mean, I kind of saw it coming after the first couple of plays. I'm not going to lie. Seattle, like we both said, was a better team. They were just more apt to win the game, and they did win the game. They took care of business.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering why New England was even in the Super Bowl to begin with, because getting shut out in the first half, obviously really bad. And overall, you got beat by like 20 points. So that's really pathetic. Now, my biggest takeaway, I know a lot of people are going to talk about Kenneth Walker, and Kenneth Walker had a good game, but I just want to talk about Seattle's defense, because Seattle's defense was the reason that won them the Super Bowl. Seattle's defense played phenomenal. They had like 6 sacks on Drake May, pressured him all night. They were able to get after Will Campbell, make him fold a bit. Will Campbell had like 13 pressures, which is the most.
So bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, they
so
should have drafted Gray Zabel over him, but I mean, Seattle's defense, we talked about it being one of the best in the league, and I didn't see one major slip up the whole entire night. Their defense was unstoppable. Every player played a huge role. They just had so many guys making plays. Like, their defense was insane. I also want to mention the special teams for Seattle, man. Jason Myers, what was he, 4 for 4? 5, I mean, he was 3 for 3 in the first
perfect.
half.
Yeah, he was perfect.
He had a perfect day. I mean, he was projected to win Super Bowl MVP at halftime. I mean, he was the only reason why Seattle had all their points at halftime. I mean, Jason Myers did amazing. Michael Dixon had a couple really big kicks. I saw that one punt by Michael Dixon.
Yeah, that was a really good punt.
That was one of the best punts I've seen in recent memory. That was insane. So, credit to Seattle.
Really good.
They won the game.
Good.
They did everything they needed to. New England, I mean, if they could click redo, they probably would click redo because they didn't really do anything right. I'm not going to lie. Drake May had a really bad game. It wasn't his fault. His wide receivers sucked.
Yeah.
His wide receivers are garbage. But, I mean, everything was just bad for New England. They just couldn't get anything going offensively. Now, I will say their defense showed up for New England. I didn't know if they were going to show up against Seattle, but how we doing today? We're doing great, chat.
It's a great day.
It's a great day. Should be a holiday right now, technically, but
yeah, dude, I mean, we should not have had school today. It was so trash.
It'll come eventually.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like back to the Patriots defense, I felt like they played as good as Seattle did. Maybe a little bit of a step down, but they held JSN to under like 50 receiving yards. I mean, the only thing they didn't do was contain Kenneth Walker. And, I mean, if that's the biggest of your problems, then that's fine, man. So, New England did its job on defense. It's just unfortunate that their offense really sucked. So, that's all I got.
Yeah. My instant reaction was, I'll agree with you on this one. Extremely underwhelming. Now, to be fair, this was probably the least excited I've ever been for Super Bowl, man. I mean, it's like these two teams were they've been here a lot before, so obviously the NFL kind of was hoping for some different teams to be there. And you don't have like the big faces like Mahomes or Josh Allen or anyone like that in the Super Bowl, but got some two new faces, so that was nice to see. But I mean, I'll say it again, man. I'll say this: New England's defense did really good. I they let up 19 points. That's pretty good. I mean, they only let up 19 points offensively, or defensively. So huge props to that defense. Christian Gonzalez played really good, played a really good game. Props to him. But oh my word, that the Patriots offense was just so horrific. I really think that Mike McDonald did a really good job of
Yeah.
play calling, especially early on in the game. They were sending a lot of pressure towards Drake May in the first quarter, and
Mm.
that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the game. So huge props to Seattle's defense. They put their offense in some good spots. The offense wasn't fantastic, but they got the job done. So yeah,
Yeah. And I just want to go over the future of these teams. Seattle,
yeah.
obviously, along with the Rams, are the favorite to win it next year. Eat the turkey, win the game. What does this mean, bro?
I don't know what that means.
All right, whatever. Anyways, Seattle, obviously the favorites. New England, obviously, projected to win their division. But I think this was Seattle's only chance to win it.
I
Uh,
completely agree.
I don't think they're going to be back next year. I don't think they're going to be back anytime soon. They have a lot of players to pay, starting with pretty much everybody on defense. So Seattle has a lot of decisions to make this offseason. The most important one is finding a new offensive coordinator because that was
Yeah,
the biggest reason. So I don't know where to start with Seattle really because they're going to have a completely new team next year. Now, for New England, I don't know what the future holds with New England
yeah,
because everybody on their team is brand new. Like they had like 30 out of the 54 guys. Like they all of them were like just got to the team basically. So
yeah,
I don't know if what they're gonna do, if they're gonna keep these guys, if they're gonna get rid of them, because like a lot of these guys are veterans. They're on 1 year deals, so it'll be interesting. But you still have Christian Gonzalez, you still have Drake May, you still have Mike Vrabel. So I think New England, there's a strong chance that they could be back next year, especially with how weak the AFC is. They're a
yeah,
lot more likely to be back than the Seattle Seahawks, in my opinion. But obviously, a Super Bowl is like a once in a lifetime thing, and there hasn't even been teams that have gotten there yet, like the Jags, like the Lions. So
yeah,
it's an accomplishment to make the Super Bowl, but it is very rare to consistently make it every single year. So
yeah.
I
I
mean,
agree.
and another thing too is that like I don't know what we're gonna get from Drake May next year. I really don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're actually gonna have to play a difficult schedule most likely next year.
yeah, they're gonna have to play a difficult schedule, and obviously the biggest knock going into the Patriots. Kids just sending turkeys in the chat. Oh god. Obviously, like their schedule's not going to get easier. That's the reason why they won 14 games
Yeah,
because of their schedule. Drake May kind of had it really pretty easy for him. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, he had it real easy. Didn't have to play good defense at all. He didn't. So I don't know if he'll get much. I don't know if he'll get much better either. Like he already had an MVP season. I don't know how he could take that big of a leap. And I kind of see similar season compared to Jaden Daniels this year, man.
yeah.
I just expect him to get a
Maybe take a
slump.
step down. Yeah,
I don't know if he'll get injured or not, like Jaden Daniels. Hopefully not, but I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna get from Drake May. So this is very weird looking at these two teams going into the future.
yeah. I agree. And you look at Seattle. Um, I think the only issue for me is Seattle in the future is their offense.
Yeah.
Um, we saw their defense, like, they obviously had a really good defense, they had some really good defensive players, but they're just a really good defensively coached team by Mike McDonald. And so I'm not worried about his ability to be able to coach whoever he needs to coach. So I'm pretty confident in Seattle's defense moving forward. The offense is a concern for me, especially because teams are going to figure out what they need to do. Like the Patriots did, they limited Sam Darnold's throwing ability, but that just
Mm,
opened up for Kenneth Walker. Um, so yeah, the offense for Seattle is my concern, and then the schedule, honestly, for the Patriots is my concern. They're no matter who they no, I haven't seen their schedule yet, but I can almost promise you it's gonna be easier or it's gonna be harder than it was this year. So I'm gonna be interested to see how that goes,
yeah,
especially um, with a tough, embarrassing loss like this on the world stage, really. That can do a lot to that can do a lot mentally to a team and really shake them up. So I'm interested to
yeah,
see how they bounce back.
yeah, and looking ahead of the draft, in my opinion, there was 2 Sam Darnold eats turkey. He sure did, I
He
guess.
did. He did after they won, probably.
He did after he won. But anyways, looking forward to this year's draft, there was one glaring hole for New England, and in my opinion, you need some playmakers on offense.
Yeah.
Travion Henderson, he's alright. Ramondre Stevenson's pretty old, I'm not gonna lie, he's like 27, 28. And like Diggs, obviously,
Diggs is gonna get arrested.
Diggs is gonna get arrested probably. Booty, these weapons aren't good. They're not good. So that's the biggest thing was that nobody was able to help Drake May. He had to do it
Yeah.
all on his own. Nobody was able to get open for him. So I feel like looking into the draft, you got to get a wide receiver. I don't know who's on the board. Maybe Zachary Branch from Georgia, but they're obviously not going to
Yeah.
get Makai Lemon
Zach
or
Branch,
George
yeah.
Tyson or Carnell Tate. Those 3 are going to be off the board. But Zachary Branch, I mean, I'd get that's my probably my first target if I'm New England. I think he might be a second round pick, but might be a first round pick. I don't know, but we'll obviously look into draft more.
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot
And
of
for
mock drafts,
Seattle,
stuff like that.
the biggest hole to me is dare I say quarterback? Like Sam Darnold did play good.
Yeah, he did not
He
have a
didn't
great game.
he didn't play good. He was held. He barely got over 100 yards passing, and he's been a constant kryptonite to the Seahawks team. Dare I say that? So
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, he's thrown way too many turnovers.
He had 14, I believe he had 20, total turnovers this season.
Yeah,
So,
and in the biggest stage of the game, he only had barely had over 100 yards, and I mean barely squeaked by on the offensive end of the ball. So
yeah,
I think they got to evaluate him in the offseason.
I agree.
That's the biggest thing. Now, I'm not saying start Jalen Milrow because Jalen Milrow is a very interesting prospect to say the least. He's obviously probably the most mobile quarterback in the NFL. That's obviously not up for debate, really. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like Joe Milton, in my opinion. He's just a really hybrid athlete. So
Yeah, that's
evaluate
true.
Sam Darnold, and then you got to replace Mike McDonald. That's the
Yeah,
first thing I'm
need to
doing.
get a good hire. Yep.
Um, the more you wait, the more these other coaches are going to take assistant roles and whatnot. So you got to start right now. I mean, if they're smart, they probably already have they are probably have a coach in mind. I mean, they should, but let's see. At least Sam ain't JJ McCarthy.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
Very true.
JJ McCarthy.
Vikings fans in shambles right now.
JJ McCarthy was my most disappointing player in this season, and it proved, man. So he was part of the reason why the Vikings didn't make the playoffs. And Max Brosmer, even though he wasn't great either, he led their team to a winning record, and JJ McCarthy really didn't. So
Yeah.
I'm in shambles. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry
it's
about that,
rough.
bro.
It's rough. It's rough having McCarthy. What can we say? I
Yeah.
mean, I can't say anything about that one, but what do you got?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just, um, freaking guy, you need to get a good replacement for Clint Kubiak. I mean, he what he did this season was absolutely amazing. Obviously, last night they didn't put up the offensive performance like everyone thought they were going to,
You
but they were
don't
going up.
know pain.
I
I
do,
mean,
bro.
we're Falcons and Lions fans, so yeah, you
Yeah,
do know pain.
I also like Nebraska football, so there's that too. So I've been suffering my entire life, so I do kind of know pain. But anyway, um, I yeah, they need to get a good replacement for Clint Kubiak. What he did this year was amazing, um, to say the least. So I think replacing him is going to be the biggest thing. And then for the Patriots, like you said, have a good draft probably,
Yeah.
and maybe not have your offensive lineman say stupid stuff before he gets embarrassed.
Yep. What else do I got? I mean, going into next season, Seattle is going to have a really tough task at defending the Super Bowl. The
Yeah,
Niners are only going to get better. The Niners are really, really good. They're obviously getting Fred Warner and Nick Bosa back, and they're really mad that they lost to Seattle and got absolutely just spanked in the divisional round. LA,
yeah.
similar boat. Matthew Stafford is coming back. He already
LA's
won
got a top
MVP.
15 pick.
Yeah, and the Falcons don't have a player to show for it, more than likely. So
Yeah.
James Pierce Jr.
Yeah,
We'll
gone.
talk about that tomorrow, but what the future holds for him, at least I want to talk about soon. But he might not play another snap in the NFL. So he has
That's too
five felony
bad. Yeah.
charges,
That's
five felony
so
charges
bad.
on him. He's just fried, and we saw it
That's
happen to Henry Ruggs.
yeah,
It's unfortunate, but we'll talk about that
that's too bad.
as we do team previews. We should do a team preview for every single team
Wow,
for
that
this
would be awesome.
offseason.
That'd be awesome, dude.
All right, we'll
That'd be
do that.
great. That'd be
Anyways,
great.
obviously, we talk about the Niners a bit, but the Rams too. Stafford, he wants more than the MVP. He wants the Super Bowl. He already won
Yeah.
one, but he wants to be in the Hall of Fame, guaranteed. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer yet necessarily, so he wants to lock up that spot as a first ballot Hall of Famer. And yeah, Puka Nakua too. He wants that Offensive Player of the Year. I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't say he got
Puka
snubbed,
Nakua just gotta stop getting in trouble off the field, bro.
but Puka's coming for the Offensive Player of the Year. At least that's who I think is going to win it. If not, Bijan Robinson, one of those two. I don't know, but
Yeah.
and the last team who is really interesting and I think could make the playoffs is the Cardinals. Now, it may be a hot take, but I think
They
obviously
need a good draft.
the Cardinals did the right thing by firing Jonathan Gannon. He's been
Yeah.
a lousy, and they're in talks of getting Tua. So, I mean, Tua with Marv can be very interesting,
Yeah.
and I don't know that could be deadly. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see. And the
Yeah.
Cardinals too. Obviously, their secondary was really bad, but I mean, their young guys are still developing. Garrett Williams, Will Johnson, like they're
Mhm.
still really young. So the Cardinals with a new head coach, with a new quarterback, and just with a new scheme can be really deadly because they probably have the one of the worst strength of schedules going into next year. So every team's getting better in the NFC West, and every team is
Yeah.
really mad that Seattle ended their season. Mainly the Niners and the Rams speaking. So
Yeah. And you look at not only their own division, but you look at the rest of the NFC. The
yeah,
Bears, the Packers,
yeah,
the Lions could potentially have a rebound season. The Eagles, the Commanders could be coming back again. You look at a young team like the Giants.
yeah.
Um,
The whole
Cam
NFC
Scattergood's
South.
come the whole
Any one of
yeah,
those any
yeah,
one of those teams can
any
make
one of
the
those
playoffs in
teams.
my opinion.
Yeah. Um, and the Cowboys are always interesting with they can give Dak some help on defense.
Yeah.
But the NFC next year is going to be extremely competitive, but very open. Unlike the AFC next year, which I don't know if it's going to be as competitive, but it's going to be wide open next year.
Yeah.
So
And you look at it, and the only 2 teams, in my opinion, who I would automatically say are probably not going to be competitive next year are the Commanders and the Cardinals. And I said Cardinals potentially making the playoffs, but now that I think about it, they're way too young, and usually they don't do really teams don't do great with a first year head coach. Unless obviously if you're Mike Vrabel, but Mike Vrabel obviously had a second stint and was the Titans head coach. But
Yeah, that's
other than
true.
that, there is 14 teams, in my opinion, who could compete for the playoffs next year, excluding the Commanders and Cardinals. So obviously, it's way too early to predict who's making the playoffs and who's not. But like I said earlier, this was Seattle's year, and you had one chance, in my opinion, and
They
they got
capitalized.
that. They exceeded it. So props to them. But we'll see.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I mean, I'll discuss New England's path for next year a little bit. Obviously, Buffalo is going to be their biggest.
Buffalo's gonna
Um,
be coming for them next year, dude.
yeah, they're getting a new stadium. They're getting a new head
Yeah.
coach. Granted, not a good head coach, and Joe Brady stinks, but
Very true.
they're getting some injured players back. They're just getting a whole new team basically. Like their team's going to look different, but it'll still have Josh Allen, and Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He's probably the best player in football outside of Miles Garrett, in my opinion. Josh Allen is really good. So that's their toughest opponent to look out for. New England and the Dolphins might be interesting. The Jets might also be interesting. So their division is not as tough as Seattle's, but I mean Jets and Dolphins.
Yeah,
They're weird. They're weird to say the least.
yeah, and outside of the division, I'll go with the outside teams. Um, the Broncos, they're gonna be right back where they were,
Yeah.
again next year. Um the Chiefs, obviously, Patrick Mahomes can come back, and they have a decent draft. I think they can be sneaky. They got Eric Bieniemy back at OC next year, which is very
Hmm.
dangerous. The Raiders, they're going to get Fernando Mendoza, Clint Kubiak. They can have an interesting offseason. A lot of people might want to come play for the Raiders in Vegas and play with Fernando. I think that'll be interesting to see. And shoot, yeah, the Chargers. The Chargers can get an offensive line to stay healthy. They're always going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Um, the AFC North is completely open, as per usual. Um, any team can
Yep.
finish first. Any team can finish last next year. Probably the Steelers are going to finish last. That's my guess, but
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Let's
man.
not forget about the AFC South
The
too. Like
the
that
the
division,
AFC
the
South,
AFC
like
South.
the Texans are going to be right back with that defense. The Jags still are a really good team. The Titans will have a year two Cam Ward, and the Colts, if everyone can stay healthy, anything's possible. So
Yeah. And
next season might be the craziest one yet, bro.
yeah. And speaking about or some of the other teams, the AFC South, similar to the NFC South, anyone can make the playoffs. I mean, the Titans, in my opinion, I said this I think like a couple weeks ago, are my biggest sleeper for next season. They're going to be pretty good.
They're a team to look out for.
So I don't know. I don't think honestly. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think either of these teams are going to be back for at least the next
I
couple of
agree.
years.
Yeah, I completely
So
agree with that.
I
No
mean that's all I
disrespect,
got.
but no
Yeah.
disrespect. But yeah, I don't got anything else either, bro.
Yep.
I'm just getting hyped for March Madness now, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
baseball.
Yes, sir. Well, boys, that wraps up our last video for at least a few months or a month or two. We're obviously going to do mock drafts,
Yeah.
but there is still a lot to um, depact over the mock draft. So obviously, combine days are coming up in Indianapolis, but for now, we're going to be doing March Madness because it's really interesting right now. Duke obviously lost, and I mean,
Arizona's kind of in control against Kansas right now, but
yeah,
they brought it back, but still,
BYU is
BYU's skidding right now. They're just
was projected to be like an 8 seed. I mean,
they're
they're
falling
like a
down.
they might be a 7 seed right now. So we're gonna do a bracketology video later this week.
Yeah,
That was one of my favorites so
that was
far. So
awesome. Yeah,
we'll be back at it. As
low
far as
key,
other
we can do that
content,
tomorrow, bro. Low
we'll do
key.
it tomorrow. I'm off at 11, so we can do it
Yeah,
anytime
I'm off
after
at
11.
11:30, bro. I'm off at 11:30. Yeah,
All
we're
right,
chilling.
so we'll figure out something to do
Yep.
other than the bracketology, talk about World Baseball Classic because
Oh yeah.
that's amazing. That's going to be really interesting. Will the Dominican Republic win it this year?
Yeah,
I don't
man.
think
I
so,
mean,
but
there's some teams though this year. I mean, Team USA is so stacked this year.
they're kind of old though, low key. Like Mike Trout is onk.
Mike Trout's not
I
even
mean,
playing.
oh, he's not playing.
No,
That's
he's not
right.
on the roster.
I was just so used to him holding up the flag last time.
Yeah,
But
it's fair. That's fair. I think that's gonna be.
Trey Turner's kind of old. I'm not gonna lie. Aaron
But
Judge
you still got Aaron Judge,
is Aaron
PCA,
Judge.
freaking who else is on there? Paul Skeens,
Bobby Witt, baby, Bobby Witt. That's
Bobby Witt.
shortstop. Can't forget
That's
about
fair.
him. And so yeah, that's all we got for
It's
today's
exciting, man.
video. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Whatever you guys want us to do, we'll do it because it's kind of the off season for us. We don't got as much going on without football, so that's kind of our main topic.
It's
I feel
fair.
like so.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want us to do, we'll do. We'll even make a video on WNBA if we
Yeah.
get
If
like
you
a
guys
million
really,
people.
really want that.
So we'll see you boys later. We'll see you tomorrow for our bracketology predictions.
Peace out.
Peace out.